Hey everybody.
Hello.
We're back. We wanted to do another of like our fertility journey, and Blake wanted to be in it today, even though I'm
Since I
probably gonna
was
do a lot of the talking.
remixed from the first one.
No, it was just one of those things where I needed to sit down and just talk about it. Anyways, so we just went in for our third round of IUI last Friday. During the test, they were like, "Oh, did you want to get a HCG shot?" Which basically, do you want to explain it? Do you know what it was?
It's kind of so. Jamie had this is the this is the word from the gynecologist. A juicy egg.
Yeah,
It
they
was
love
a
my eggs.
it was a very good size, but the problem was it hadn't like
Dropped.
dropped.
So it was
So
there, but it hadn't like fully dropped down, and it wasn't like 100% ovulating.
so the thing is like you could have like the best egg ever like ready to go, but then if it does like if they do the IUI and put the sperm there and the egg doesn't drop, like
It's pointless.
within like the next day or whatever.
Yeah. So anyways, that shot basically drops my egg and like gets it going within like the day. So he was hoping that that would kind of merge the two together, since IUI isn't 100% accurate with like, even though they can measure my egg, measure my lining, all these things, maybe my egg hasn't completely dropped or whatever. So that's just kind of upping our chances.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to mention in the last video that I forgot to was that I did get HCG. I did the tube flushing, so I did that months and months and months ago.
HCG is just the thing you were talking about.
Yeah, it starts with an H. Anyways, they basically do an ultrasound of your stomach, and then they basically put fluid through your entire tubes to make sure that none are twisted or nothing in there blocking it. That's one thing that does help a lot of women get pregnant, because maybe there was some blockage. And so we did find out that my whole uterus is like on a tilt, so they like know that when we go in for our IUI, and they basically set it back up. So that was one thing that I did want to mention. I forgot that I had already done that. So I've been slowly, progressively doing all the steps that the doctor is recommending. But that's kind of where we're at. We're in the 2 week wait period.
This time we Jamie and we didn't work out the
day of.
before, the day of.
Haven't worked out since. Actually,
Yeah, well,
today is Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I hurt my neck, so I haven't been working out, but I had planned on not working out the day of and a couple days after. Not super, like, he didn't like tell me to do that, but I've just seen some people say that, so I'm just gonna try it out. I figured, why not? And they also say like no twisting, don't get your body temperature super hot. So I've like cut down way on my caffeine. Caffeine. I haven't had anything hot. Oh, sorry.
No
Benji
alcohol.
Yeah, no alcohol. We have been slipping. We said we wouldn't do alcohol, but we had wine every once in a while. So we're really trying to stick to it.
We didn't do it like a few days.
Yeah, before. But all the other like times we've like had wine, or I eat spicy food like constantly.
Yeah.
So I really cut all that out. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. That's kind of our update. Oh my gosh, our other child running around. One thing I did want to say, a lot of people commented on the last video, like, oh, how would you, like, there's, the internet, how do you not know about all these things? Well, you also can't trust the internet 100%. So I, really wanted to ask the doctor a lot of questions, because I feel like that's the source.
Wait, what are they saying? How do you not?
How do I not know about my cycle? How do I not know, you know what I mean? Like all the things that have to do with making a baby. I just didn't know a lot of them because I feel like we weren't educated enough on them.
Yeah, but like who goes out of their way to look that up anyway until you're like actually in it?
Yeah, exactly. And everything says different things, and everyone has their own stories for stuff. So
because Jamie even went, using like fertility apps and all kinds of things, and they all were wrong.
Yeah, basically all my fertility sticks that I was peeing on every day. I did a temperature thing in my mouth. I did a heart rate monitor on my wrist. All of them were wrong with when I was ovulating, like when I was supposed to be ovulating. Even now, if I were to pee on the stick and today was my most, fertile day, it would say no. I don't know why, and they're not 100% accurate.
They work for some people, but they
just didn't work
for us.
Yeah, so anyways, on top of that, I did want to mention that everyone tells you to relax, just relax, and it'll happen. Just forget about it. But like, when you're in this, you can't relax about it. You can't forget about it. It's just
because you're like already giving up so many things. Like, I mean, which you just do it or whatever. Yeah. But you're like doing a lot of stuff like when you're struggling to get pregnant, or you're you know it's taking longer than you expected, then yeah, it's on your mind all the time because you're like, well,
Yeah.
you know, I'm doing everything I should be doing. Like, why is it not working? And
Yeah.
all this stuff.
It's
And
kind of just all you can think about, and telling someone to stop thinking about it or to like just relax. Like just don't say that, because that actually like makes you more stressed out, cuz like you feel like that will solve your problems, but like it doesn't. And we've done acupuncture, I go to therapy, like you name it, I'm trying to relax, but people get pregnant not being relaxed, so like it's not really the end all be all. So like maybe just stop telling people that, because it's honestly just really frustrating. And I just wanted to address that from the last video's comments, because people have been telling me to relax for the last 2 years, and like no. So anyway, it does come down to science at a certain point, and not, you know, your stress levels 100%. So
I mean, what works for one person not gonna work for the other person.
yeah,
It's just
exactly.
everybody's different.
Yeah, and it's really hard when you open up about this kind of thing, which we're trying to make it more of a normal thing to talk about. It's so like taboo to not talk about this kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
we're
'cause
trying
I
to
feel
make
like
it
I barely had heard about anyone that like
struggled.
struggled or went through IUI. Like,
So it makes you feel like you're the only one who is having an issue. You know what I mean? Or
but,
like,
yeah, but then when you like tell people that you're going through it, other people are like, oh yeah, we went through that, blah blah,
Mhm.
and you're like, that like there's so many more people than you like expected, but just
yeah.
people don't speak about it.
No, and I get why they don't, because then people start telling you all the things that help them, and you kind of get an overload of information that maybe you didn't want, or it just kind of like starts making you second guess everything you're doing. You're like, well, they wore socks at night, so should I do that? Well, they did this, I should do that. Like, and you actually gives you like more anxiety. So I don't know, there's like pros and cons to sharing and not sharing. I feel like for me it's therapeutic, for me at least, maybe not for Blake, but to talk about it and share, because it kind of gives me some peace to like hear other people's stories and hear that we're not the only one. But
I
it does
just
come with a lot of advice that I did not ask for. But
I just feel like if we can be relatable to one other person going through something that you know that was hard for us, and that'll help them like that, then that's like worth it. But
yeah,
you know,
but
because if we had like someone making a video like this and letting us know like, you know, we went through it and all that sort of stuff, and you know, hopefully not too far away we can
yeah.
have one where we say like, hey guys, it worked.
Ooh, yeah, here's
Yeah,
hoping.
so
But the 2 week wait period is horrible. Like you just constantly, and I'm like you know, you just constantly are like, ooh, I think I felt, I don't know, maybe like you just, your brain can't stop thinking about it after that. So trying to keep ourselves busy, and you know,
Benji, leave her alone.
oh
No,
god,
no.
Benji,
Hey, no.
he picks on Cleo and she does not like it. Anyways, that's pretty much our update. I did sit down at the hair salon, and ironically, a lady who had gone through multiple IUIs and 8 rounds of IVF, I was ready to like throw in the towel with IUI and just go straight to IVF. I was like, I just know that'll work for us. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It'll get the job done. And she was like, don't do it. It's really hard on your body, which obviously I don't know. And she had done it multiple times. So, you know, there's all the pros and cons with all the medication, but it gave me a little bit of peace of mind, because literally like 2 days later we were going in for our IUI. So I was like, you know what, maybe we'll try more rounds. We're going to try going to a fertility clinic and not just my OBGYN, and see if maybe they can help us. Maybe they're a little more knowledgeable. Like, who knows? Our OB literally recommended that we go to a fertility place next. So I think we'll try.
He said do it one more time with him, and then
Yeah.
because he was asking you to do something else.
Yeah, there's some other like hormone shots he can give the
what
day
was it?
of, or
It's that thing that you were saying that drops like a bunch of eggs.
oh, Clomid. Clomid
Yeah, he
is
said,
something where it's a, and I might be completely wrong, but what my gist of it is that it drops multiple eggs, maybe 2. I don't know. So it gives you more eggs, but typically, since I already have like good eggs, he was like, oh, I never really would recommend that for you. But I keep asking him because somebody wants twins. So I was like, oh, why not just drop a couple eggs down there? Like, give us more chances, you know? So I'm going to have a talk with him when we go in next if we need to. Knock on wood.
yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Just know you guys are not alone, and you know, I get more messages of people saying they've gone through this same journey, or they know someone who's gone through this journey, more than I do people going, oop, I just got pregnant right away. Like, it happens a lot more than you would think. It's a hard topic to talk about, honestly, because then you get people invested in it, and then they ask all the time, and you know, I get it. But anyways,
But send us all your good energy,
yeah,
your good vibes.
baby dust, baby
Yeah,
dust.
baby energy.
Yeah. But that's it. That's our update. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Bye.